on 95.7 The Game.
All righty, let's welcome him in. Lorenzo Neal, one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. Whoa. He's going to be joining us every Monday after those Sunday games. What's up, Lo? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? Miss you, brothers. How you guys been?
We're doing great.
Miss you, baby.
And let's, if you're Kyle Shanahan, are you playing Trey Lance tonight?
You know what? I do. I know people say, "Oh, why play him?" Because let me tell you right now, because you want the game experience. I think you could let them have a series or at least the first quarter, and I let all the starters play for one quarter because you look at now, you're going to go have a play on this third. You play tonight, and then you know that you have still a whole another week to get guys healthy. You're not playing on Sunday. I can see if the game was on Saturday, maybe I wouldn't play him, but now you have a whole week. You still can prepare. You'll be off tomorrow. Guys get back in the rhythm. They get the rest off Saturday, come back in Sunday, quick little run, Monday back on a regular schedule. So I think get ahead of the game. They're already practicing and working on the first opponent. But yeah, I play him. I play it for this continuity. I play it to get everyone I play all the starters at least for a quarter or at least the first couple series.
Lo is back. Lo, I don't got to tell you the game is one in the trenches. You played, and the sizzle and pizzazz is Trey this, Trey that, and Debo. But the Niner offensive line was referred to by their coach a few weeks back as musical chairs. And Lo, all of a sudden, it's hit me like a bag of bricks upside the head. Outside of Trent Williams, what is the Niners' O-line like? Because if it ain't up to par, that's going to affect how we look at Trey.
Yeah, I think it'll affect how you look at Trey, but also it affect how you look at the running game because this team is predicated on a run game. All the success this team's had, it's been predicated because of behind a good running game, and Mitchell and the rest of the guys, and we'll see how they fare this year. But I think that you have to look at this team and say, okay, we understand who Trent is. You're getting him back. You still have a tackle that you drafted first round 4 years ago. I know he was coming off an injury, so you do have two tackles that are starters in this league. But we know that Williams is definitely a prolific player, but you still have a good tackle, a right tackle, that's been in the league for some years. So I don't think your line is just ferocious, as I like to say, but your line, it's going to have to prove himself, and teams are going to try, and they're going to try to put, guys where you can't get a lot of double teams, and we know they're going to load up and play overs to whatever side that Williams is on because they want to make sure that they know the Niners are going to try to tend to run to that side.
Lorenzo Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game. Lo, what do you remember about preseason games in your career? Do you remember how much you played in them? Whether you played in all the games, or go ahead.
It's just different now, Steiny. When you like, it's a great question, but when you think about now, just how the game has changed, only preseason games, it's hard to make a ball club. It's really hard to make the ball club in preseason because the team knows. You know who your starters are, usually. And you know who most of your backups are, and you're thinking about, okay, what does the team looks like? What's going to be the biggest difference? Maybe 4, 5 to 6 guys different that you're going to actually have on your team. No more than like 10 from the year before, usually for good football teams. So when you look at that, you say, okay, so preseason is just about how is the timing, how is the guys looking, are they in shape, did they get their sea legs back underneath them? Because you have to realize when the game starts here next week, guys, and it's, we didn't play, guys. Well, you know what? Now they got to play 4 quarters. It's not about just one quarter. It's not just a half. So now mentally you got to be prepared to play a full game, and there's a lot that happens. You guys know that in a course of 4 quarters.
Lo, let me ask you this about Jimmy Garoppolo, because nobody cares about my sorrow and sympathy. But I told Steiny, and I mean it, I feel bad for how this has played out, and I know a lot of it is injury, but I was telling Steiny and the listeners that he could get cut and maybe come back to the Niners. Steiny wanted to throw me out the studio. What says you, and do you feel bad for Jimmy?
I'll answer the latter first. He gets cut, and he is not coming back to the Niners. There's no way he'll come back to the Niners, and there's no way the Niners can sign Jimmy G. This marriage is over, guys. Guru, you look at it and say, oh, hey, look, well, man, you know what? Maybe they can get signing for less. No, you can't bring him back. That's like go home, Guru, and say, hey, you know what? Tell your wife you're getting divorced, but you know what? After I want you after divorce. I want you to come live you can still live in the house with me and my new girlfriend. That'll go over like a foreign church, Guru. It just doesn't happen, man. So This marriage is over between Jimmy G. Jimmy G is going to land on his feet, guys. I look at the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers as a team. You look at Seattle. You can even look at Cleveland. You know, if the quarterback's out for 11 games, you look at Cleveland. Look, if you look around the league and you say, where can Jimmy play? If you're just talking about, do I feel sorry for Jimmy? No, Jimmy's a grown man playing a kid's game, getting a king's ransom. Guru, I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's still going to make over $10 million a year, no question.
All right.
He's going to make probably even more than that. I'm just going low ball at the minimum at a backup. He's going to make $10 million a year. If you think about the league, the Commanders now, the Washington Football Club, you look around the league, you look at some teams. This guy can play. There are several teams, Seattle, that you could probably plug and play even right now. So Jimmy's going to be fine, guys. I think that's why a lot of teams are just waiting for them to cut him, where they can do a long term, and then they don't have to give up any stock. They don't have to give up any trade value. So that's what it is about Jimmy G, guys. Without a doubt, Jimmy G will be playing, and I think as a starter this year, but they're not going to. I think the Niners are just trying to make some trades. They would love to get some capital for this good quarterback, because he is a good quarterback.
Yeah, Lorenzo Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game. Lorenzo, a big part of our 49ers and NFL coverage. He'll be doing 49ers pregame with Larry Krueger. You can also hear him on the Football Hour with Sean Salisbury. That's Mondays at 6. Let me ask you this, Lorenzo. How do you think the 49ers, knowing what happened in the offseason with Deebo Samuel, how do you think they end up using him?
Well, you gave the keys to Deebo drove, and this team started and stopped with Deebo, especially when it comes to offense. I think they still use Deebo. I think you're going to have to use Deebo on jet sweeps. You're still going to use him out of the backfield. I don't think you use him as much as a dot in the eye, but the jet sweeps, the bubble screens. Deebo Samuel's guys, we understand Deebo is a physical, tough, in-between, can run over guys, run through guys. Deebo is going to be utilized. You just gave the guy the money. You just paid him, and Deebo's built that way. His name Deebo, and Guru, you love this guy, and Steiny, so do you, but you guys already know the mentality that he has. He is a football player. Deebo is going to play. He never is going to take a down off. He's never not going to try and give it that extra, because that's just who he is. Certain guys have it. The Lion's not the biggest and not the strongest and not the fastest in the jungle, but what is it? Why is he the king of the jungle? Because it's a mentality. Deebo has the mentality, guys, and they're going to continue to use him.
Lo, it's so hard watching preseason football because, and I'm not taking anything from any player, but a lot of these guys are jumping off the screen, and you're like, is it going to translate when it's go time? But how big of a year is this for Javon Kinlaw? Because, Lo, if you just go on looks and size, the dude has it all out of South Carolina. What do you expect from him this season?
I expect a lot. I watched him play last week. You watch it he had to, step to the outside and then ripped underneath. Very physical, very strong. Came back in better shape, a lot more stronger. Last year he was hurt. The year before he was a little overweight. They got, first round pick. Kinlaw underachieved his first year. Second year he was trying to get back, but his knee and his body just was kind of failing. This year he's in great shape. He looks a lot more flexible, looks a lot more leaner. Always thought he was a little stiff and round the hips, but I've seen this guy make tremendous strides. I'm going to tell you right now, Kinlaw will play, and he will play well, barring any injuries, because he's a lot faster, Guru, and I tell you what, he's gotten a lot better shape, and you can tell this young man is going to play with the chip on his shoulder, and you're right. I know it's preseason, but Kinlaw has to play well because he understands what he needs to do in order to keep the job in the National Football League, and he has the tangibles. He's big enough, he's physical enough, he's strong enough, and you watch him on some of those bull rushes, and you watch, the guy is power, low center of gravity. I think this guy's going to be an okay player.
Lorenzo Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game. Hey, Lo, Guru and I were talking before you came on, and we have a bet.
Oh, yeah.
What did you drive last, a car or a tractor? Because you called us on the tractor last year.
You know what? I can't lie, guys. The last thing I drove was a car. It's a car.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, though, Guru? You know what? On Saturday weekends or whatever it may be, Guru, I still give you the invitation. You and Steiny, come out to Leemore. Jump on the forum with me.
Oh, it's happening, Lo.
I got that old John Deere. Let you guys disc the field. Show you guys how to plant a little cotton and a little corn. Yeah, hell, guys, we can even put a little forum out here, guys, and you can plant your own garden food, guys, and you guys come down and get it anytime. You're going to need me later, guys. You're going to need me.
All right.
Hey, Lo, before you go, give us your Super Bowl pick. Like two teams that'll be in the Super Bowl.
Hey, let me tell you guys right now, I can give you these two games. I get 4 teams. I'm going to give you guys 4 teams, and you guys can have the field. The 2 teams in the AFC, give me the Buffalo Bills and give me the LA Chargers. And the NFC, give me the Rams and give me the 49ers. You guys can have the field guaranteed. One of those are the 4 teams, in my opinion, that's going to be the Super Bowl.
I got Denver. Nobody asked. I got Denver Rams.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know what? I just don't think Denver has enough weapons. I do believe they're new and improved. Their defense was good last year. Just don't know about the offensive line. Don't know if the receivers. I know they got some guys. Just don't know. Russell was a little injured. I want to see this guy, how he's going to come back and how is he going to play. I got the Chargers being first place in that conference, and believe it or not, the Raiders are going to take second in that conference. And then I don't know between Denver and Kansas City. I'm telling you, that's what it's going to be, guys.
I love it.
Hey, Lo, have a good one, my man.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
All right.